What's up, internet? Let's find out what happens when a couple of bodies get themselves completely rejected because nobody wants their bufuna. Listen, guys, this whole OF thing is to stop. It's not a viable source to be. It's not a viable source of income. Yeah, sure, you can make some money, but for how long, dude? Until y'all completely hit the wall.
To go on a date with me.
$100, please.
$100 is a good amount of money. Can you blame him?
If you could be with your boyfriend currently, and I waved a magic wand and I said you can make $1 million a year and never again, would you?
No.
Okay.
Yo, that's a demon.
Okay.
What?
Are you making more than that a year, Molly?
Not yet.
Oh, well then, I mean, aren't you doing that? That's your profession, so I assume you're doing that to make money, correct?
Yeah, 100%. Well, also
But Charlie just has a magical wand. He's got, that's not the wand. He's
For the sake of argument.
He's used the wand. You can make $1 million a year. Yeah. You don't have to do, the adult content.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have to do it. That would be great, but I would still want to do it. I mean, personally, like, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, like, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, like, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
See? You can almost literally call it as if we were playing. Yo, they should have they should have red pill content as some. Like, you should parlay on red pill content. You should be able to bet on red pill content, bro. I'm telling you, dog. It is literally so cut and dry. The girls doing the most dumbest things are the ones that have terrible relationships with their parents. Because what kind of parent in their right mind would allow their kid to gallivant and parade on the internet like that, dude? Flopping all their meat bits everywhere online. That is ludicrous, dude.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
No father? Now that explains a lot.
$5,000 or one night with me?
$5,000.
Okay, what about $1,000?
$1,000.
$500.
$500.
$1.
I'm kidding. Maybe you will.
I'm worth $1.
Being worth
$1 or time with her. Yeah, okay. It's because the man is looking at the equivalent of time.
$1 is definitely not something to brag about.
Would you rather kiss or slap?
Slap. Get a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, you can't slap me in that way.
Sounds like his girlfriend chose the right man. This is loyalty at its finest.
What would be you guys' credit score?
Bruh.
Name?
Hey.
So I'm assuming everyone has under 500 credit score.
Hey.
Asking about his credit score right before the first date sounds like a gold digger to me.
Night with me or $5,000?
$5,000. $1,000.
$5,000.
$1,000 or night with me?
$1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000? 100?
Yeah.
If we go to like a nice restaurant and you pay, then sure, yeah.
Are we actually getting money for this?
$100. $5?
If I do for a Big Mac, I'm not gonna lie.
You want a Big Mac?
Yeah, I'll do it for a Big Mac.
I got a Big
If you tell
Mac.
me to go get a Big Mac, maybe we can sort something out.
There's one.
Damn, y'all are. This is weird, man. I don't know what the point of this is supposed to be. What is supposed to be the point of giving yourself some sort of monetary value? Of course, everyone is going to take everything because you're too desperate, dude. You're too desperate. You're trying to equate yourself to this monetary value when it's like you're not worth it, dude. Like we saw the other man's, you're probably worth $1 at best.
Phone in my pocket right now.
You have a Big Mac in your pocket?
Yep.
If you can pull a Big Mac out,
If you just look down.
Right now. Oh my Jesus Christ.
It's sad, but a Big Mac really does have more value than them.
Who's the biggest earner on fans?
I don't know. That's
Black
a good.
China. What?
$20 million.
What did you just say?
Do you understand how much money that is?
Hold on a second.
Can I see a picture of her?
Hold on a second.
These women make so much money.
That's so much money.
I know. I'm telling you, it's insane how much money these women make.
How is that possible?
So everyone on this list is like the top 15 earners on there. They're all celebrities, but they maybe made that amount one time in a month, and then something changed with all of their accounts. It's like Bella Thorne is number 2.
Who is Bella Thorne? What does she do?
Actress.
Cardi B.
Cardi B makes $9 billion a month.
Look, monthly subscription $5. Do you see how much?
She only ever posted 6 times.
Oh,
But
she's
it
only
says
posted 6 times.
She made 81 million subscribers. 81 million.
Imagine wasting your money simping for these celebrities on an app where they'll never even acknowledge your existence, and they'd step on you like a bug.
What are your top 3 favorite movies? First 3 that pop into your head.
TikTok.
TikTok ain't a movie, you stupid.
After watching that, I can pretty much confirm that this generation is doomed.
This question you raised about why women encouraging each other to do it, you're right. I mean, one exception I would give is, I do have a friend who went on a date with a guy who said, "You're so hot, you should be on OnlyFans." and she did not go on a date with him again because it was just so obviously, I know.
Failing strategy, I think.
Yeah, because the way that she interpreted it, and I think correctly, was that he was clearly not regarding her as like wife material, right? And
Right, but then we have to kind of take into consideration how was she presenting herself? What was she doing that prompted this sort of statement? Because if the day was just going good and she was doing wifely things, I don't believe the man would have said anything. But clearly she was doing something that equated her to being on that platform. Which, on one hand, hey, if a bee is a bee, a spade is a spade.
And this is, I think, an error that women do make sometimes where they don't have a good understanding of male sexuality. Women tend to assess like short-term partners and long-term partners based on the same qualities. They want the same things in all the men they have sex with. Men don't do that. They have a much lower standard for their short-term partners than they do for long-term partners. And so they will be willing to have sex with a woman that they absolutely would not marry. They would not even introduce to their friends. And I think a lot of women don't necessarily know that. And so they will interpret sexual advances from men as flattering when actually they are potentially like cheap, you know.
This is the genesis of the alpha widow, right? Like this is what many girls that are liberated sexually and using Tinder and stuff like that. Women are able to sleep with men that they wouldn't be able to get into a relationship with, but the reverse isn't true. And there is an argument that the aftershock of this means that those women are going to constantly pine after the 9 out of 10 guy that's worth $500,000. And
maybe instead of chasing after a guy who only wants your body, you should go for one who actually wants an actual relationship. Easy as that.
Right, but oh my god. Wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, to that point that he's saying, this is the problem with a lot of these girls when they do this sort of internet content is you're so much out, you've flooded the market with so much promotional material that now people are going to be looking at you like some sort of object, right? You've objectified yourself essentially. So they're only looking at you as a sort of object. Because if I know anything is that if I can't show my mom your Instagram account, we have a problem. That means there's a problem there. So what I'll probably end up doing is taking it all back, like taking it all behind closed doors, okay? That's the only place, recreational use only. That's it. Because you have no value. You've used up all your value by flaunting it online on the internet where everyone can see. The last thing a man wants to do is walk into a room where someone can be like, yo man, check out this video of your girl that I have. That's disrespectful to the man. So you're only going to be used for short term, and so by the time these girls hit 30, 35, nobody wants them because of their history that they have. Men are concerned about a woman's past. Women are concerned about a man's future. Keep that in mind.
So Hooters didn't hire me, and like they didn't even give me a reason. They didn't tell me why or anything. They just said like I'm not what they're looking for.
Yeah, they didn't hire you there because you would have at all the meals. Know what I'm saying? You need to check them calories and lay off all them meals.
After watching this clip, I don't blame them. She could have put them out of business.